At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Well, good morning, everyone. If you are on Facebook this morning, this seems a little hot. I probably need to adjust those lights a little bit. Oh boy. Having a few technical issues this morning. Nothing major. I think what happened was every once in a while you have to reboot your computers. I think anyone knows that after a while when they're on for a long time, you have to reboot them every once in a while. Give them a little refresh. It's essentially what happened. So I went to go transition from the 24-hour streaming channel to Coffee with Krueger, and it was just frozen on whatever screen was from yesterday, actually. So I was like, I got kind of freaking out a little bit. I'm like, no Coffee with Krueger. There's going to be way too much of a pain to get this up and running. When after I posted that, I did a quick reboot. Boom, everything was working properly. Everything was working beautifully. So we are good to go. Ruth, thank you. Good morning. Hope everybody has a beautiful day. According to Ruth, that's what she has got going on here this morning. Well, what do you say right now? Let's just get, since we're a little late, for those of you that are kind of checking in this morning here is a look at the latest on Coffee with Krueger. There's your Krueger's quick cast. Now, we're looking at temperatures right now in the mid to upper 50s for most of us in the valley right now. But as you hit higher elevations, obviously cooler, but really honestly, not that bad. We're talking about 31 degrees for Alturas, 29 degrees for 40 for Susanville. We got about 38 degrees for Weaverville, and for the coast, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. All right, so there you can see some of the visibility, and it is a little low towards Eureka, Hayfork, Weaverville, about a quarter to a half a mile there. In Hoopa, about 1 mile of visibility. In Crescent City, we're sitting at about 8 miles of visibility. So let's take a look and see what it looks like right now. This is out at Elk Country. This is just north of the Trinidad area, and always I love checking out this shot. I love that red schoolhouse. I love it when we can see some of that elk kind of coming out as well. You can also take a look at Crescent City, of course, confirming that 10 mile plus visibility that they have out there. And that, of course, is making for a beautiful sunrise this morning. Looks pretty good, actually. But again, the visibility does drop a little bit as you start heading southward into, it looks like, Humboldt County. And, of course, even in some of those inland areas, even out towards Trinity County, we're starting to see some of that visibility drop again. Again, here's a look at the visibility. Actually, I meant to say 8 miles instead of 10 miles plus in Crescent City. 1 mile in Eureka, but again, you can see out towards some of the valley, mountain valleys in Trinity County, we are seeing that visibility down to about a quarter to a half of a mile. So interesting there. All right, let's talk about getting you out the door this morning, shall we? And yeah, I mean, really not that bad. A little chilly in Modoc County, the low 30s, right? We're going to possibly drop down below freezing. But there you can see for Trinity County, upper 30s, upper 40s for the coast. There's some of that fog in some areas, as we see, especially out in the Eureka area. And we are, it looks like, I've got a confirmation for Tuna from Rowdy. Thank you for your report. He is saying good morning. Let's get him up there. Shall we? Let's see that. We got Rowdy saying good morning. High marine layer in Fortuna. So it looks like a high marine layer. So not necessarily looking at low fog, at least out in that area here, but to get the idea. So there is some fog out there for some of us along the coast here. It's just kind of a little tricky as far as how high that marine layer is and the works. Now the main headline for today and tomorrow is going to be the winds. There is a wind advisory for tonight through Wednesday evening for the mountains and foothills west of the valley in Shasta and Tehama County, and of course Glenn County too. And it also includes Glenn and Butte County, but mainly just the valley of Butte County. We can see gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour, I think mainly in some of those higher elevations. Now, as a result, the Weather Service has also issued a red flag warning from 10 o'clock this morning, today, through 4 p.m. Wednesday. And you'll notice we're not seeing a red flag warning for Redding, Red Bluff, or Corning. That doesn't mean we can let our guard down, folks. Let's take a look at the winds, and I'll show you why we're seeing the wind advisory and the red red flag warning favoring to the south, because look where the strongest winds are. Willows, Chico, 25 to 30 miles per hour, and you can see some of the yellows and oranges. That's 30 to even upwards of 35 miles per hour. Okay, so then you can see for Redding, 17 miles per hour, and then just progressively gets stronger as you head to the south. But 17, 20, 25 miles per hour, that's still pretty strong. And in fact, you can see we're still in the low 20 mile an hour range here, even this evening and afternoon. Take a look at tomorrow morning. So I think tonight, tomorrow morning, is when we expect some of the strongest winds. And take a look at the foothills east of the valley. I mean, those reds are indicating 50 mile an hour plus winds. But you can see for the valley, and by the way, take note of Trinity County, southern Trinity County in particular, but also a lot of the mountain ridges and some of those mountain valleys, seeing some gusty winds in there as well, kind of sprinkled all across Northern California. So pretty strong winds even Wednesday at noon, but by the afternoon, we're still pretty strong. You see the eastern mountains and just east of the valley, that's where we're seeing some of the strongest winds. It's really not until Wednesday night, Thursday morning, the wind starts to subside, but still gusty, especially east of the valley. And then we go into Thursday afternoon, those winds should start to subside. Let's take a look at the relative humidity. That's the next factor. So keep in mind, basically winds getting stronger this morning and afternoon, and off and on gusty winds through through Wednesday. So there you can see the humidity levels are low. They get very low again for Wednesday around noon. We're going to take you to Thursday at noon, still in the teens, although as I mentioned, by Thursday, the winds die down, the fire danger not as bad. Take a look at the shoot fire. Actually, it's now up to 98% containment, so we are looking at better conditions for the shoot fire. Or should I say better containment? Conditions are not great for the shoot fire at this point. Let's take a look at the satellite image here. You can see the cold front that did clip Northern California yesterday, but now that's well off to our east. We've got high pressure building in from the west and low pressure to the east, so it gives those gusty winds. But overall, we're expecting just a couple of those passing high clouds throughout the day and into tonight. So let's take a look at our forecast for today. Temperatures upper 60s to basically around 70. We'll call it 70, give or take, in the valley. 50s for most of the higher elevations, although in Modoc County, only the mid to upper 40s there. 51 for Mount Shasta City, 49 for Weed. But off to the west in the mountains, out towards Trinity County, low to mid 60s, mid to upper 60s inland. For the coast, upper 50s, but it will be a dry day out there today. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook, starting off with the valley, up and down, upper 60s, low 70s. Now, I am getting a better handle on, at least the long-range forecast, I'm going to get a better handle on timing and the intensity a little bit. But as it stands right now, it looks like the best chance for showers will be Saturday, and we'll be between storm systems on Sunday. It should be dry, and then more showers on Monday. And that's really the situation as far as rain is concerned for everyone else. It should be dry, though, through the rest of this week. Take you out to Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains dry. There's the showers. By the way, snow levels probably somewhere around 4,500 feet, give or take. So some areas could be a little bit lower than that, maybe around 4,000 feet. Especially on Monday, I expect it to be an even colder system coming in on Monday. All right, take a look at some of those cameras that are out there. Main Street, Chico. The camera's been taking a little bit of time, kind of refreshing, but there it is. Not a lot of traffic out there this morning, as you'd expect. Most people, I guess, aren't getting up and going to work, although that's maybe a bit of a different story. You can see here on Highway 99 at Neal Road, plenty of traffic, although that's typically to be expected. Taking a look at Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive. It looks like... Oh, there's a second. Okay, I'm glad I checked. Why is there a secondary source? Oh, I know why. I'm having a troublesome Tuesday. Yes, I am, Catherine. Thank you. I think I know why that is. Let me go in here. Source.
It's tiny. Yeah, it is tiny. But, beer was more important than water because it was safer. Yeah.
Okay, folks, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's how we get a lot.
Let me know if you can hear me. There seems to be... No, that's not right.
I'm Chris Benton. I'm our Lord. Thank you for joining us on our journey to celebrate every day. Join us for all our adventures on Facebook and Instagram.
Did that help? Let me take a look at some other sources here. Audio.
Welcome to October 26th on the National Day calendar. Today we
National Mule Day celebrates
What
the
is
invaluable
going
contribution of mules to early American life. These sturdy hybrids of donkeys
So
and
here's what I'm
horses
going to do. I'm going to
carry
turn
goods
this off
far
and tell me if you can hear me.
and help
I'm going to turn this off
expand the frontier.
because, yeah.
The date traces back to 1785 when George Washington
that-
imported Spanish donkeys to breed with mares, creating stronger mules for
that's
farm
not
work. This day reminds us of the strength and perseverance
what's going on.
mules have historically provided, highlighting their role in shaping our agricultural landscape.
Oh,
If you were to say you were a mule or a donkey, what creature would you be?
I think that did it.
I would probably say
I'm going to have to see if there's a let.
Well, it's interesting because I
Bit of
would
a
be a
lag.
donkey because I hear donkeys like waffles.
okay. No, I could totally see that.
And on National Pumpkin Day, we celebrate this iconic symbol of fall. Pumpkins are not just for carving jack-o'-lanterns. They're versatile squash used in pies, bread, and even as a coffee flavor. Pumpkins were an essential food source for Native Americans who introduced them to the Pilgrims. This day is a nod to the pumpkin's place in American
Well, I'll be
culture and
darned.
cuisine, marking its journey from a stable food source to a beloved autumn emblem.
What do you do with your pumpkins? Do you
I'm not
make
sure what's
pumpkin
going on here,
seeds? Do you make
folks.
pumpkin pie? Do you carve them?
I carve them
Let me just close
and
all of these
find somebody
sources
to
here.
make them for me so I can make pumpkin pie.
Oh, that actually does sound pretty good.
There's a lot of
I
things
don't know
you can use
why
pumpkin
I'm
for.
getting
It
some
really
kind of
is kind of an
secondary audio
amazing
source.
squash, I guess.
Give me five.
I may have to break out of this, folks.
But
Examples of what you can use them for. You just said you can use them for so many things.
I can use the lid as a hairpiece to cover my bald head.
No.
There's-
Well, I'm Lily Johnson.
I'm Arnold Anderson.
Thank you for joining us on our journey to celebrate every day.
Until next time, keep celebrating. Welcome to October 25th on the National Day calendar. Today, we talk
I
about
wish I
for
knew.
public
I can't
celebration
hear what
and
that
shine a
sound
light on
is.
safety that can save lives.
I'm not
It's
sure
time to
where that's
celebrate
coming
all
from.
things
I
tart
don't have
and
anything running on my computer that
From
would
the
be
seed of
bleeding into
enlightenment to
it.
the tang of a sour candy, today is all about embracing flavors that make us pucker with pleasure. But beyond the
All right.
culinary world,
Well,
sour
folks,
experiences
I'm
can
gonna
also
go
remind
ahead and
us
take
of
out,
life's
get out
ups
of here
and
on
downs.
Facebook. I
Just like
apologize
a
for this.
surprising sour
I don't
taste
know.
can awaken our
It's just
senses.
been a weird
So
morning.
when unexpected challenges,
I apologize for this.
Sourest Day encourages us
I'm
to
gonna have
find
to
the
really
sweetness in those
try
sour
to figure out
moments.
what's going on. You'll probably notice on the 24-hour streaming channel that I'm going to be kind of going back and forth between sources because I have to really try to figure out what's going on with this. This is a total bummer. I hate it when this kind of stuff happens, and I hate it when I can't figure it out real quickly. It'll probably be one of those situations where
What's this question you asked me earlier?
What's the
I'll be able
difference
to figure it
between
out, but I
sour
don't
and
know.
tart?
All right, so we're done. Sorry.
They both kind of make you pucker with
No.
sour pleasure, right? So I don't
All right.
know.
Sorry,
What do you think
folks.
it is?
I don't know what's going on. I wish I could tell you. Is it back? Is it? Hold on. Maybe I don't need to go. Maybe I don't need to leave. Oh, I think it's back. I think we're normal, folks. Wow. Okay. What a weird morning. Could it be because there's an election? I don't know. I wore purple today, by the way. Why? Because when you take... Look, I'm all excited. I have a little delay here as I'm watching on... Oh, yeah, looks like everything's back to normal. Okay. Whew, what a weird thing and weird day. This is just craziness, folks. That's weird. I have no idea what was bleeding in there and what was going on in there, but all right, okay. Okay, woo. Thank you. No, still have digital sound bleed. Yeah, I don't know what that was, Rowdy, thank you. But Tracy, Lisa, Don, Tracy, thank you all for just letting me know everything was okay. And I can still see that everything's okay and looks good. All right. Here we are delayed. Well, let's not waste any more time, but I did want to kind of point out, see how I'm wearing purple today? When you work at a TV station, a lot of times what they say is don't wear red or don't wear blue so you don't make people think you're on either side of the ticket, right? Whether you're Democrat or Republican. And again, I don't like to talk politics, and I'm not going to, but I'm just saying that what typically they do is say don't wear red, don't wear any kind of color to indicate that it's Republican or Democrat. So what I do is I wear purple, because what does it do? It's basically red and blue put together, right? When you have paint, you take red and blue paint. What do you get? You get purple. So that's why I'm wearing purple. I was actually talking to some friends, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, maybe you're also saying that you're more towards Shasta High School." Yeah, I do have a favoritism of Shasta High School. Why? Because my son goes to school at Shasta. He's got a lot of pride in it. He plays sports. He does cross country. He does alpine, snowboarding, and also runs on the track team. So yeah, of course, I've got a favoritism. Lisa Stevens is saying, let's see here. Oh, she's saying, I think I know what she's saying here. Let's take a look. She's saying, we need access to a red light or something that we can trigger to alert you. Yeah, if something's going on. Yeah, I mean, because it's just a one-man band, right? Here, I've got all of this software, right, that I can access, and that software I've got to control. I've got to use my mouse. There's also this kind of cool box that I have here. There's a bunch of buttons on it that I can switch sources, switch audio sources, turn my microphone on and off, all that stuff. It's a really cool thing. But it's you have to pay attention to what you're saying. You have to pay attention to what you're doing, everything that you're looking at. And before you know it, things can just go wacky because I didn't know the bleed was there. And until I saw somebody saying, uh-oh, Mike's not going to be happy. I wasn't, but hey, it is what it is, right? Happy Elections Day. May the best candidate win. There you go. And thank you, Tracy, for not saying who you think the best candidate is. Let's not get into that. I don't want to do that. We don't want to get politics. There's one of the reasons why people go to Weather NorCal. Number one, they don't have to watch the news. Number two, my phone's notification alerts me when you're live. Really? It's doing that? It's not doing it for me. Would you all like that if I did that every morning, just to remind you? Let me know. I think I might do that. I can do that very easily. But I'm curious. My phone's notifications alerts me when you're live. Does that happen all the time, Chappie? Every morning? Because I'm not doing it. And from the Weather NorCal app? That's kind of interesting. Or could it be YouTube? No, because YouTube's always live. I don't know. That's weird and interesting. All right, well, maybe I'll start doing that. And maybe, hopefully it doesn't get too annoying, but I'll just say, hey, Mike Krueger's going live. Coffee with Krueger. Boom, there you go. All right, well, let's get back to it, because I was in the middle of a forecast, and then I got interrupted because I had all this weirdness going on. And tell you what, because let's kind of start from the top. Let's do that, because it was all messed up anyway. So here's Krueger's Quickcast. Once again, we take a look at the temperatures out there. Temperatures in the upper 50s in the valley. We're looking at temperatures in the 40s. Yes, Debbie, you're saying yes. You mentioned yes. Is from the Weather NorCal app.
You know, I've never
I get a notification from Facebook. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But probably not the app itself. Okay, thank you, Tracy, for
it just became known as the Boston cream pie and the cake. So that's really the
sound
story.
Is still wonky.
Interesting. So it's actually a cake. It's not a pie.
It is just a cake, and we should go to Boston so you can actually try it for yourself.
Hey man, this is why they pay you the big bucks. Might go to the restaurant on the street. Let's get
whatever that is. She was back.
Grab your keys. Let's go.
I know exactly what it is. I know what it is. I figured it out. It's a digital bleed through my cables with audio. So what happened was everything was fine here. And then when I went to the camera here, everything's fine because there's no digital bleed there. Let me go back. I'm going to go back to this. I had, so what I had on this, in the background I had a web browser up. That web browser, let me go back to this. I had, okay, so the web browser had the calendar on there. And the calendar had a video playing with audio, and that audio was bleeding through. I think we're back. I think we're okay. Is it okay? Aha. I think everything's okay. Audio is bleeding through. Okay, so and again, I have to kind of just troubleshoot here. Good morning. Happy Monday to you. Here we are. Let's start Coffee with Krueger a half hour late and really get you through it. All right, here are your temperatures out there right now. There we go. 56 degrees for Reading, 48 for Oroville, and we'll just kind of go through this real quickly here. You can see the visibility out there. Let's take you to the cameras, though. Again, we can see some of the visibility is 6 miles Crescent City, 0 actually down for Eureka. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera in Eureka. I wish I did. I'd love to try to figure out a way to make that happen. Oh, I saw there a little bit earlier. We did have George up there, but George is not up there anymore. But there is a look at Crescent City, turning out to be a gorgeous morning there. Doesn't look like we have much in the way of winds, and yeah, just a great start to the day there. All right, we're going to get you out of that. We're going to take a look at the visibility again. And that visibility is going to show that, yeah, I mean, again, we're 6 miles for Crescent City. It's actually decreased. Diminished over the last half hour or so. Eureka down to 0. And you can see Weaverville a little bit better, but Hayfork about 1 mile of visibility. Okay, let's get you out the door this morning. And there you can see, of course, those temperatures upper 30s for Trinity County, mid 30s for Siskiyou and Eastern Mountains. We take a look at the wind advisory. Now, we're going to talk about this for a second because the strongest winds are expected to be the south, and that's why the wind advisory for tonight through Wednesday evening is west of the valley and into Glenn and Butte County. There's also a red flag warning for essentially the same areas. Now, you're wondering, okay, well, we're okay in Reading. We're okay in... No, we still can't let our guard down, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's take a look at the winds, and you can see how the winds are strongest at noon today to the south. 25 to over 30 miles per hour for Red Bluff southward. But you see how the winds are not as strong, but still gusty in Reading. Okay, then you can see as we go to 5 p.m., the wind's still pretty strong. By tonight into tomorrow, this is when I expect some of the strongest winds. Now, what you'll notice is east of the valley, in the foothills and mountains, you've got gusts 40 to 50 miles an hour. And even parts of the valley you're getting in the 40 mile an hour range. Look at southern Trinity County. Look at some of the higher mountain ridge tops. You're seeing some very strong winds there as well. But again, the main focal point is going to be the valley, because the valley is where we're going to see some of the highest fire danger. And there, of course, still, even 5 p.m. on Wednesday, still some gusty winds east of the valley. But through the day on Thursday, the winds will finally start to subside. By the way, just want to take a look at the humidity. It is low. That's helping to support the high fire danger when you've got it down into the mid-teens for Wednesday. Even Thursday, even though the winds are dying down, it's still very dry on Thursday. Didn't get a chance to update this, but it's at 98% containment now with the shoe fire, so certainly good news there. So there you can see the cold front off to our east. That's the cold front that just clipped Northern California yesterday and brought the clouds, and of course some of the light showers that we did see for some parts of extreme Northern California. But today I do expect just a couple of passing high clouds throughout the day today. Otherwise, it should be, actually, temperature-wise, very nice out there. A little bit cool, though, out towards places like Aden, and there you've got 44 degrees Alturas. Oh, thank you, Rowdy. Just kind of checking your post there. Taking a look at a link, that might be a good thing for me to check out. 65 degrees in Weaverville, 68 in Willow Creek, and 67 degrees in Garberville. All right, let's go and take a look at your 7-day outlook, region by region. There you can see for the valley, windy today, tomorrow, dry through Friday, and showers entering the picture by Saturday, with a break on Sunday and Monday. And the chance for rain is pretty much the same story for everyone. The coast, inland, Trinity County, and of course, Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains. Dry through Friday. Snow levels, by the way, mainly around 4,500 feet, give or take. So we could be looking at some snow in some of those higher elevations. All right, let's take another look at those cameras now that I'm not being interrupted by some kind of weird digital feed. There it is, looking at Main Street Chico. Looks like a little bit more traffic in Main Street Chico as we're getting later in the day, or should I say morning. There you can see the traffic. We're on Highway 99 at Neal Road, and looking at Highway 44 and Sundial Bridge Drive in Reading. Looks like plenty of traffic this morning. And taking a look at this, checking out some of the images, Sue from Cottonwood sent in this beautiful sunrise picture from yesterday, from Monday. What a beautiful shot. I mean, look at those colors. Very vibrant. Thank you so much, Sue, for sending in that image. And if you want to share your photos, sunrise, sunset, cool cloud, whatever's going on in your life, whatever, just send those. And your pets, whatever, right? Share your photos from the free Weather NorCal app. And if you don't have the app, well, first question is why not? It's very easy to download from your phone to search for Weather NorCal in your iPhone's App Store or from the Google Play Store on Android. Simple as that. And before you know it, you're sharing your photos and you're seeing it right here on Coffee with Krueger and the morning update. By the way, I want to remind you, I do updates with Kay Shasta, Logan Kane, and also Stephen Clark on KQMS News Talk 1400. Not 1400, 105.1 FM. All right. All right, what a crazy first half hour of the show. Let's check in with some of you. So let me check that out. Let me go into Facebook here. I'm going to check this out here, Rowdy Kelly, and see if we can come up with something here and see what we got. Let's see what your little link here says. Oh, there it is. I'll go ahead and click on it and see what we got. Okay. Oh. I think I've seen that one before. I'll have to play around, see if I can find something for Eureka. That would be nice. That would be nice. Delinda is saying, yay, so glad you're here. Yeah, I appreciate that. I made it. Everything seems to be okay. I sent you a picture of George. He showed up. Yeah. Oh, did he show up this morning? Let's check to see if he's there this morning. He's been there kind of off and on through the morning. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show. No, he's not there right now. All right, well, we'll take a look at that later. Okay, well, since we're kind of getting a late start, what do you say we get to the full-fledged forecast? Deeper dive. And as you know, Coffee with Krueger, made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River, you can't say that fast. You got to slow it down. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. Thank you so much, Wind River, for your support of Weather NorCal and, of course, Coffee with Krueger. We'll take a look at the temperatures out there right now, and you can see mid to upper 50s for the valley, although cooler out in Chico at 45, 48 degrees for Oroville. We got those 30s. Right around 30 for Bernie, Alturas, 40 degrees for Susanville. We got 40 degrees for Mount Shasta City. And there you can see 46 degrees for Willow Creek. Double check that audio. All right, looks like everything's okay with the audio. Drier and warmer this week. Gusty winds, elevated fire weather risk through Wednesday. We got weaker winds later this week. Possible showers as early as Saturday. Yeah, looks like we're going to see that. So here we are with the wind alerts. Again, this is something I was talking about a little bit earlier. Mainly to the west, mainly to the south. Now, here's the thing. This is for tonight, by the way, the wind advisory. This will take effect at 10 o'clock this morning today. Red flag warning until 4 p.m. Wednesday. So basically today and tomorrow is when we have the highest fire weather risk. Now, I want you to look at this and go, okay, we're not out of the woods here. I still expect high fire weather risk for Reading, Red Bluff, and Corning as well. All right, so for the valley, surrounding foothills, especially as you start heading into the mountains here, we got some very strong winds there. Could be looking at some elevated fire weather risk as a result. The winds right now, they're beginning to pick up. Look at that, Red Bluff, right? 15 to 20 miles per hour for Red Bluff down to Willows. Not as bad, though, for Reading or Chico. But those will be picking up through the morning hours into the noon hour. Here's today at noon. So this is the reason why we have the red flag warning and the wind advisory mainly to the south. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Weather Service decided to kind of go ahead and issue it a little bit farther to the north into Tehama County and maybe even parts of Shasta County as well. But nothing as of yet. Again, most of it, as you can see, the strongest winds are down to the south at noon today. As we go into the afternoon, though, the winds are actually picking up, especially out towards Reading. So now we're talking 20-mile-an-hour plus, really across the board for the valley. But what we'll notice here, and by the way, it's pretty gusty along the coast too. You saw that, upwards close to 20 miles per hour. But look at tomorrow morning. Tonight to tomorrow morning, the winds will really pick up. And you can see especially the west side of the valley, and there it is, 40 to 50 mile an hour winds with those red colors. But look at Trinity County. Look at those strong winds to the south there. Places like Ruth in southern Trinity County could see some very strong winds there. And we're seeing some of these, you see these little slivers of wind? Those are ridge tops, mountain ridge tops, and also some of those mountain valleys that you can see those winds kind of filter through those valleys as well. So this is why we've got, that high fire danger. But again, it's mainly for parts of the valley and the surrounding foothills. Here we are at noon on Wednesday, still those gusty winds. And what we're going to start to see happen is the winds will start to slowly subside as we go into the second half of the day tomorrow, and especially by Thursday. The winds will be much calmer for Thursday, and of course that'll be the case for Friday as well. So when we couple the winds, so you saw how strong the winds are going to be. Now you've got wind and dry conditions. We're down into the low teens for today. Tomorrow, low to mid-teens. For Thursday, still in the low to mid-teens. However, again, as mentioned, those winds won't be quite as strong on Thursday. So that, I just wanted to really kind of illustrate that fire weather risk for you. It's the winds and the dry conditions. Now, if we had these conditions in the middle of the summer where it's 100 degrees plus, the fire danger would be even higher. So at least we don't have the really hot temperatures. That is a really contributing factor. It does help. There's a cold front that passed through us yesterday. It's well off to our east. It's a fast-moving system. High pressure off to our west is one of the contributing factors to the gusty winds. And you can see upper-level pattern here. High pressure to our west, low pressure to our east. The difference between the two giving us the gusty winds here as we go through the day today. That low pressure system will dive to the south. This high pressure will kind of build it a little bit to the north. The difference between the two, once again, gusty winds. Clockwise rotation around the high, counterclockwise rotation around the low, and then it just kind of filters between the two, and that's when we start to see those really gusty winds. That's through tomorrow. The good news is all of this pattern shifts eastward, so the winds will die down. Now, as that high pressure moves in overhead, it actually kind of warms up a little bit here for your Friday. But now, once we get the winds out of here by the end of the week, our attention is going to shift to what's going on over the Pacific. Look at that. We've got a storm system. Now, you remember yesterday, this particular model had this storm moving through and just fizzling out before it even reaches California. Now, it's more in line with the European forecast model, and that is, we've got rain coming in on Saturday with snow levels probably somewhere around 4,500 feet. Then that system moves out, and I think we'll be between storm systems on Sunday, and should be dry on Sunday. But then this storm system will move in. It's going to bring us more rain on Monday. Now, we're starting to see a little bit heavier rainfall, snow in the Sierra, and snow in parts of Northern California. I think this may be a little bit colder than the system coming in on Saturday, and that could possibly mean some slightly lower snow levels too. Now, we don't anticipate it to be down in places like Bernie or Mount Shasta City or anything like that, at least at this point. But we're seeing more snow. We're seeing some of that colder air begin to filter in. And then on Tuesday, you see we have some lingering instability sticking around. And off to the west, we've got more storm systems kind of coming down the pike. So essentially what we're seeing here is that it'll be dry through the rest of this week. The winds are the main concern today and tomorrow. But going through next week, and really starting Saturday, we're going to start going into more of a cooler and a more unsettled weather pattern going through next week as well. That's what I'm seeing now in the long range. It's nothing guaranteed, but I will say this, I'm not seeing any major storms heading our way. The strongest looks to be on Monday, but I don't see anything coming in behind that that's going to really give us a ton of rain or a ton of snow. But Monday's system looks pretty substantial at this point. There you can see the wetter than normal, kind of in that category there. But again, nothing totally 100% substantial. We take a look at the cooler temperatures that we do have in store for us. So looking out the next 10 days plus, we're talking about better chances of seeing below normal temperatures. So we look at the 10-day trend for Reading, and this is just a general idea that I could show you the 10-day trend for 6-7 locations and it would just take way too long. I just want to show you this for the overall general trend here. Temperatures around 70, give or take, through the first half of the weekend. Now again, this is when we can start to see some rain. But notice temperatures are dropping after that. We are down into the low 60s. Now, this time of the year, and I mentioned this yesterday, this time of the year, when you see the temperatures drop like this, we get a nice little drop in those temperatures, that's usually the sign of an area of low pressure coming in, bringing in colder air. But then also, it can sometimes also be a sign of more unsettled weather, meaning chances for rain. And we certainly are seeing that as we go into Monday and even parts of next week. All right, we shift gears. We're going to talk about those wave heights. They are fairly high for today. It does look like they will start to recede, though, going through the day on Wednesday. So that certainly is good news. But your marine forecast does have a small craft advisory in the forecast, but that won't take effect until later this afternoon with those winds eventually. They're not there yet, but eventually getting up from the north at about 15 to 20 knots. All right, so here's your forecast for today in Trinity County. There you can see dry through Friday. I've got snow levels for Weaverville, or Trinity County, that is, 4,000 feet, because Weaverville is not at 4,000 feet. It's more like 2,000 feet, right? But there you can see the Highway 299 corridor, temperatures mid-60s, low 60s out towards Highway 3. We take you south. Ruth, about 62, 56 in Peanut, High and Palm, about 61 degrees. All right, let's take a look at your North Coast neighborhood forecast. Southern Humboldt County, temperatures low to mid-60s there. 61 for Redcrest, but Shelter Cove about 64. Dry through Friday. Showers coming into the picture by Saturday. There you can see Ferndale all the way to Hydesville, about 59 and 57 degrees in Rio Dell. Getting a report that there is some of that high marine layer out in this area here. There you can see Arcata about 57, 58 degrees for Eureka, 68 degrees for Willow Creek, with that chance for showers coming into the picture by Saturday. And up north for the North Coast, it's just a long area to cover, so we got to go through several slides to get there. 63 degrees for Smith River, 57 for Gas Key, and there's Oric about 59. Siskiyou County, you got Highway 96 corridor about 60. Low to mid-50s for the I-5 corridor. We take you out to Scott Valley, low to mid-50s there. 53 for Callahan, 55 for Etna, and Fort Jones, about 54 degrees. And how about central and eastern Siskiyou County? Upper 40s, low 50s for places like Weed and Mount Shasta. A little bit warmer, though, for Dunsmuir and McLeod at about 55 degrees. 46 degrees for a high today in Newell as we look at our Modoc County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mainly in the 40s there today, tomorrow. A little bit warmer, though, by Thursday, Friday with those showers and snow down to about 4,500 feet on Saturday. 51 for Hat Creek, 47 for Old Station. Paynes Creek, about 64 degrees. And we take you out towards Lake Almanor, Lassen Park. Around the lake, temperatures there in the low to mid-50s with 55 for Chester, 51 degrees for Prattville. All right, let's take you out to the eastern mountains to the south. Paradise, you'll top out at about 65 degrees today. A little bit on the breezy, windy side today and tomorrow. Susanville, you're going to be looking at some showers with snow levels around 4,500 feet Saturday and then again on Monday. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Wolgamith Painting. Temperatures right around 70, give or take. 69 for Red Bluff, 70 in Chico, and 69 degrees for Elk Creek up north. 68 for the city of Shasta Lake, 69 for Redding, 68 for Cottonwood, 66 for Whiskeytown and Lakehead, a high of about 64 degrees. So here is your 7-day forecast for Redding. There it is. The windy conditions today, tomorrow, back up to about 70 for Thursday, Friday, and there are those showers coming in on Saturday. Monday, also another chance for showers. Oof. I made it. Whew, I made it, folks. I made it. I made it. What a weird day. I get what was happening there. I'm not sure where that bleed is happening. I don't know. I've got to figure out a better solution for, basically I've got a cable that goes so I can have speakers so I can hear what's happening. And I noticed today those speakers are not working. I rebooted the computer twice. I tried to check all the settings. I couldn't hear anything. But the audio's there. My computer just for some reason isn't registering the sound. So it just is creating a bit of a mess this morning. We got Murrayfield. Okay. Thank you, Roddy. I'll have to check some of those. We got a Bay Cam. I'll have to check some of these after the show. I'll go back into Facebook and check some of your links there. I'll have to check some of those. Thank you guys for letting me know about those. I mean, I can sometimes search and try to find things, but sometimes I just don't have that much luck. So there you go. Whew. There you go. By the way, you might want to change Brian's bottom of your live stream. Not sure what that's. Oh, because his name is Chase now. I know. I've even got to change it on the website. Which, by the way, if you've been to the website, I apologize. Having some technical issues with that as well. For some reason, the images are not transporting properly from my weather computer to the website. So I didn't have a whole lot of time yesterday. I was doing a lot of different things on the side here. But today I'm going to try to troubleshoot that and try to get those maps back up and running on the website. And we'll see if we can fix what's going on with the audio. Today's going to be a busy day for me. But that's what it is. You know, a friend of mine, when I first got into doing Weather NorCal, he says, you're not just a meteorologist anymore. You're a meteorologist, you're a general manager, you are an engineer, you are a salesperson, you are everything. And it's true. It's true. So, you know, most days are usually pretty smooth because technology, for the most part, works 75, 80% of the time. But every once in a while, you have these little hiccups. And you got to just kind of get through them. So there you go. Oh, looks like it says Baycam is down. Okay, so that's going to do it for us. I should probably get out of here and then get ready to start doing some troubleshooting and get some stuff done. Well, thank you all so much for your patience, for your help during this weird coffee with Krueger. But it is what it is. We got through it and we made it. So let's hope for a better day. And by the way, of course, today is election day. If you haven't voted already, I voted already a couple of days ago and put my ballot in the box there. But be sure to get out there and vote. Should be good weather for it. And there you go. Catherine's saying, very good. Thank you for doing all of this. Absolutely. I love this. This is great. This is what I do. And I'm honestly, with the way, I'm going to tell you the state of television right now. It's not looking good. And I say this just from a standpoint of someone who's on the outside now looking in. I am in a group on Facebook called Broadcast Meteorologists. And what they're finding is, here's what, last year, the year of 2024 was a bloodbath for a lot of TV people, as far as news anchors, reporters, and meteorologists. And when I say bloodbath, what I mean by that is there have been so many layoffs this year. And rumor has it, and there are people on the inside who are saying this is just the beginning. 2024 is just the beginning. 25 is going to be probably even worse with the amount of layoffs that there are going to be, cuts, all that stuff. So you can kind of see there, and if you follow the industry at all, you can kind of see why I got out and why I decided to go out on my own to do this, because this is the wave of the future. I'm actually going to the beginning of December. I'm going to Tennessee where it all started, and there are going to be 40 plus people at this convention of sorts, if you will, of people who are either doing what I'm doing or who are interested in doing what I'm doing, especially after the latest cuts and layoffs from last week. There are a lot of people who are now looking into what I'm doing and what others are doing, much like me, and we're all getting together and we're going to pick each other's brains, we're going to help each other out. And the ultimate goal with what I'm doing is to become part of a national network of digital meteorologists. And that is, you'll be able to go to a website that is basically our network, and you can click on a location across the country of where people like me are. So you would click on Northern California and you would get Weather NorCal. If my buddy in East Tennessee who is in Knoxville, you can click on Knoxville and get the forecast for Knoxville. For my friends out in Lawrenceburg, near Nashville, you can get the forecast there. We've got other people. We've got a lot of people. I've actually just had a long conversation with others that are doing this as well. So this is the wave of the future. All right, enough of that. It is 7:54. I need to start thinking about what's going on with the weirdness of what's been going on, and we will get to it. So in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up and say goodbye, and we'll just kind of fade to black and go to the live channel, and we'll be good to go. In the meantime, have yourselves a great day, And we will see you tomorrow morning. Hopefully, fingers crossed, coffee with Krueger. Hopefully everything's okay. Yeah, I should be able to get everything figured out what's going on today. So have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. I'll leave you the camera. I'll leave you with this one right here. That's a fun one. Although we don't have any. Ooh, let's check too for if Chappie's still watching. Let's see if. Ooh, I think George is there. Look, there's George. Say hi to George. See him at the very end. There he is, George. That's just for you, Chappie. Just for you. There he is. Let's throw in a little bit of music. I think there's music. There is. Okay, good. And I'm going to turn off my microphone. And there you go. There you go, Debbie. Just for you.